Cool, and welcome everyone to the first round of Fight Night between Snarebears and NWE. We're going to have Procomus corping and the big unit running. My co-commentators are Vesper, who streamed all of last week's, I believe, and RotomAppliance, better known to most people as
Hi.
Patrick.
Yeah, I've never streamed anything.
Go for it and stream. You totally should stream.
Yeah, might be a good idea. It probably requires more proactivity than I can muster.
So
it is unbearably hot.
It is rather hot, yes. So looking at these lists, who do you think is favoured in this matchup?
So what is it? Precision design against APOC?
Yeah.
APOC Lu.
Blank ID APOC.
Yeah, 40 card APOC basically. I've always found this quite hard on the precision design side. I mean, you can win, but I think the APOC deck is favoured.
I would offer an opposite view just because I'm such a well-known Netrunner player who's scoring like top 8 positions in all possible high-level play tournaments. But I'm just thinking, no, this is looking a bit too slow, this precision design, I think. So yeah, chances are actually, I was going to say precision design all the way, but this is not the rush one. This is the one that just tries to. It has seamless launches and everything, but it's just a bit too slow.
It has.
So my money's
Yeah, it has MCAs in as well to try and.
Yeah, but I think
a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lu stands a chance, I guess. Depending on of course the first hands that they're gonna get, this might be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, it's only got one void, so a little bit harder to stop the APOC that way. And it's playing, well, 13's kind of a lowish ice count, I guess, for PD. NGO as well. Yeah, it's a bit different to the sort of PD I've played. So I did have NGO at some point, but I took it out because you're mostly just never advancing stuff anyway.
The APOC deck does only have 2 APOCs in though. I guess it is also 40 cards.
Oh yeah, it's playing 2 Pawn Shop for recovery econ and 3 Juices Wild. Yeah, it just really wants to draw as fast as it reasonably can.
Yep.
We seem to be starting ahead of time. What is this?
Yeah, we'll be starting in a minute.
So one of the things we've heard from people, or we kind of heard, we heard from people participating in the previous installment was that they really want to play live as soon as possible with anybody that's going to be around because it's been kind of hard to get games in, understandably. Have the two of you had a chance to actually witness and enjoy live Netrunner at any point in the last, I don't know, month?
No.
Live as in in person.
As in you actually throw cards on the table and there are tokens. Remember triggers.
No,
I haven't. That sounds like hard work, actually. But no, I haven't done that in ages. Was it at the end of 2019 or the start of 2020?
Oh no, we had some events at the start of 2020.
Yeah, when Uprising came out, and we had like one event at the cafe with the new cards, and then
we had a couple.
It just stopped.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at these hands.
Because I think the last one I did was going to be, well, I prepared for the March one in Huddersfield, but then it got cancelled because it was on the weekend that everything locked down.
It happened online, didn't it? That one. Yeah, I think. So they both mulled here, and they both have kind of reasonable hands.
As chat pointed out, that there's no amped up in the APOC list either. So border controls and voids are going to be very hard to get through.
They do matter extra.
Yeah. I think the plan is if the void goes on like centrals to stop the APOC, you sort of try more like a remote campy game. Like you hope they overcommit to stopping the APOC, and then their remote is too weak to score out of. That's the theory, I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Big unit requests. cards but receives money.
I don't know. Do you think? I mean, okay, there's moshing and whatnot in this deck, so definitely a good play with 4 credits on the runner side. But sometimes when I see the runner going down to 4 or especially 3 credits with a Wildcat, I'm like, hey, yeah, here, have the cards. You're not going to be able to play all of them.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I'm always tempted to give them the cards then, and then I usually get told it's wrong. But I think sometimes it,
No, I give them the cards if they're poor, and it's like if they've got the 1 copy of moshing, they've got the 1 copy of moshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to see presumably a gatekeeper fire.
Yeah. I mean that's just a Trank home grid in the server as well. So
it is, yeah. So now plenty of things to put onto that.
Yep.
And you can clearly see Percomas is gatekeeping the community, obviously.
I think you just jam. I mean, obviously he's got 3 clicks left still, but I think as Percomas, you just want to jam the Luminal and maybe use the border control as well. Another possible gatekeeper.
I think
fire.
it is a gatekeeper on HQ.
Yeah, he's thinking about the res, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does res it. Yeah.
So here as Percomas, would you res the well on your next turn? Assuming, do you still go for the jam, like res Tranquility, install credit?
You could. Now you're a bit poor to do it, aren't you? Let's just have a look at this runner. Does it play Botulus or anything? No. It's just playing. So it's just 2 Black Orchestra for getting through here. So, I mean, you could do, yeah. He's put a clip in the bin, so doesn't have the breaker yet. So you could do, but you are very poor.
You have lots of options, right? You can go Skunkworks, MCA, start clicking that. You can put the NGO as a bluff.
Yeah, you can put the NGO just for money. You can install it, double advance it just to get up in money. That looks to be what's going on.
That does look like what's happening.
Yeah, you do have to discard a card if you do this. So maybe you discard one of the Skunkworks. No, he's going to
put the Skunkworks in the remote there.
Oh, still has to discard 1, right? Okay.
And it was the other Skunkworks.
Yeah. So next turn you advance the NGO, pop it, and try and jam the Luminal.
Knowing that Lou has the Stargate in hand with an open R&D. As Lou here, I'd be tempted to just
go for it,
put the pressure on. Like
you could do, you could. You know, there's no Jackson in play, so you have a free shot to steal something, and you're not going broke to do it. It's interesting. I would say that kind of play is often a mistake. You often give up too much tempo to do Conduit or Stargate early on, but I think it was possible here.
I mean, you are sitting on 14 credits, yeah. So
also,
exactly. I think hitting, you can come back from it easily.
Yeah, aggressive Stargate against this hitting a seamless launch is pretty big as well.
Yeah.
The good thing is you can disrupt the plan. Oh, sorry, go on, Pat.
He is doing it. Yeah, no, I was just saying, perhaps he's not doing it if he's drawn, but he is going to...
Bran NGO Cyberdex virus.
I guess the Bran is going?
Possibly, yeah.
It was the Bran that got trashed, yeah.
Do you go and kill this NGO?
I think you do.
Yeah, then you have a lot of information about what's going to happen next.
And then you know that they're drawing Cyberdex, which I think is pretty dead against this deck. Oh no, they'll just go for a moshing.
Going for the draw just to try and get the breaker, I guess, to contest the remote as fast as possible.
They still the Cyberdex is pretty dead unless you score the sandbox. Then it's just money trap.
They still haven't found the orchestra.
No, I think you jam and put something on R&D, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, do you want to go aggressive on the remote and just kind of take the 1 hit from the Stargate, or do you want to cover... Oh, there we go. He's covering the bases. Okay.
So that's a Bran going down on R&D. I still think you...
put the Luminal,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. Just going to hope he doesn't find the Blore. So
That's more MKs than another APOC.
This got interesting all of a sudden.
yeah,
Although with how it's positioned with that rebirth in hand, APOC can actually happen. Because
yeah, rebirth is one of the selling points of doing it in Anarch, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, even without the orchestra, you just Omar into here because you do have the clip to get through Bran.
Still digging for the breakers.
Yeah, still no block.
Found every breaker other than Black Orchestra, which is amazing.
Anarch problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Omar.
I mean, we're trying to talk about Anarchs applying logic to any problem. That's not going to happen.
So what do you recur with this?
You probably get back. Oh, they got back the Bran.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because
so. Okay, we're doing this. Interesting. That's one way to stop an APOC.
Yeah, I was going to say it's hard to APOC through the MCA austerity.
Border control goes on archives.
I guess they're going to have a turn of digging aggressively for the card that you really need here because you do not want the gatekeepers to just lose you the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, indeed. You've got some dead cards you can pitch.
Yeah, I do feel the runner's fairly far behind until they find the orchestra, though.
Yeah, there's a window at the moment, but if it is found, then this can very easily come crumbling down very quickly.
Paper comments now can clearly see that both copies of the two breakers that you do have to remember that exist are already in the bin, but still no Blorch. What's going on here?
So, that's a misclick, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably intended to. Okay. I thought maybe he'd put the CVS in the remote just to trigger.
No, I thought that's what they were doing, but he put the NGO in the remote.
Yeah, just wants more money. Trudy's quite poor, so
yeah,
it's a reasonable thing.
I would probably
the
put the CVS in the remote here just to trigger.
Yeah.
Tranquility.
And your hope is the CVS is going to be a real card once you score this sandbox.
Yep.
You got more cards, more money.
Yeah, last click Wildcat. So yeah, it gives them money. Because at a last click Wildcat, you definitely interpret it as he hasn't found the block yet.
Yeah. You don't want to give them the cards for them to just find the orchestra.
No, absolutely.
Guess we're doing the virus score. Yep.
Yeah, indeed.
Money.
I'd probably grab back the MCA if I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems a
That's
bit of
pretty annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it does suck pretty hard for the runner right now. Chat. I agree.
This is such a frustrating draw. Yeah.
I mean, we've all had draws like this, right, where you don't find the Black Orchestra or the. Well, you probably don't because you play nothing but Crim, so. So like, oh, there's your turn 1 turtle. Cool.
There's the block finally after a Labour Rights.
Oh, Labour Rights milled it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you still just put the MCA down and force big unit to come and deal with it because they can't APOC while that thing is going. So perhaps you Bran it as well. Do you put the Bran on as well?
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Force the breakers out. Because you want the breakers to be committed so that when they APOC, they get turned face down, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, because there's
real smooth.
Yeah,
so there's the NGO offers enough money to at least.
So as I think big unit can get in and clear that, it's going to be costly to do.
Basically has to. because you could have a food that's waiting to be scored off of it, and you can't APOC until it's gone. So yeah, has to go after it.
You're rich enough to do it. It's just
It's a tax. Yeah.
Quite a real tax.
It's worth noting. It would be good if the CVS had been in this remote now, because it'd just be a free 4 credits.
So you click the MCA here, or not MCA, the Skunkworks.
I assume so. It's sort of cheaper. Yeah, I mean, if you had to pay 5 and then 3 to trash the MCA, you'd be literally broke.
And then, unfortunately, you leave the
grid.
Yeah.
Do you trash the Skunkworks though? Because you might leave it if the plan is to APOC.
Yeah, it might
I
be
guess
better to just leave it under. Yeah, if you're going the APOC line, probably doesn't really matter.
Possibly, it's a little bit poor to APOC at the moment. So I suppose the question is, how much time does Big Unit think they're going to get?
Thing is, you can't APOC next turn, and that's letting them jam quite easily. Although I don't.
Yeah.
Because you can
exactly.
You can get through the brand by clicking it. So if you trash the Skunkworks, it stops them scoring anything in hand, but
does leave it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. So, do we just jam this sandbox?
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Yeah,
play.
I think it is jam. I'd install sandbox, draw a card, see if I find a seamless, and then advance
the NGO, perhaps.
Well, if you don't find seamless, you advance. You have to advance the sandbox, right?
So install, advance the sandbox, advance the NGO.
You don't have enough credits. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's annoying.
Do it that way around.
Oh yeah, okay. We forgot. You are allowed to pop NGO.
Yeah. Oh, not advancing the sandbox.
So that's a bit odd. I don't quite, because now it can't be scored unless you draw the 3 and 24. Seamless. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that.
Was he just scared of getting APOC? But you could, even if you advance that instead of playing the hedge fund.
I mean, you
can still res the board.
Yeah. I mean, that must be what it is.
Yeah, the other option would have been maybe potentially getting the Rashida on the remote just to make Big Unit lose time to check what it actually is on that remote. But I mean, yeah, that's a very off mainline play, I would say.
They drew the Rashida off the Tranquility draw.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. I think if he'd had it before, that might be a good idea. Like, it's probably better than just installing this without threatening to score it. Yeah, this is the APOC defense line, like allowing him to res a Bran and a border.
Yeah.
If necessary.
It just seems odd to put the thing in the remote when you're not going to threaten to score it next turn. Especially where if they have money, they can. You don't have anything that hard ends the run. By that I mean obviously it's hard ends the run. Something that you can't get through with just money.
Yeah. I think my experience playing against this sort of deck is it doesn't get any better as time goes on. So you just need to push as aggressively as you can. Yeah, so advancing here.
But I think Big Unit can just walk through. Well, not walk through that, but Brand's 5. This is 3.
Yeah.
2 clicks for Skunk.
Is he bluffing Void maybe with this CVS?
Yeah, but you also saw CVS on Stargate, so.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It can definitely be stolen if Big Unit chooses to go after this. It's 8 to break the ice and then just click.
Probably will have to do just to keep Percomus honest and to stay in the game, because if that 6th point lands on the corpse side, this is going to be pretty rough.
To be honest, you could pay 8 and then, like, if Percomus does res is a void, then you just end the run. You don't need to pay the 5 or 2 clicks.
Yeah, that's pretty disastrous if you pay a click and 8 credits just to see a void, though. I think then you really are in trouble.
Oh, yeah, but it's about calling the bluff if you think you can land an APOC, or if you think... Because you can't just let them score it for free.
Yeah, would you be trying to APOC here, or would you be banking on the fact that probably, since there are, what, 2 border controls, chances are already one on the board?
Yeah, it's being considered, I'm sure, landing an APOC. I suppose from big units perspective, also has to be worried that this is just a food and that Pacomis has seamless in hand, like that this could just be the win.
Yeah, which is why I think they need to check it and call the bluff that it's the CVS they saw earlier.
Yeah, it's either that or just try and land the APOC.
And get tripped up by the border control that's on archives.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool place for a border control.
It is against Omar.
It is, yeah, no, it really is. You don't see it too often outside of these APOC matchups.
But yeah, and also it's quite easy for us to say what to, but we also know what all the cards are from big units perspective. Like you said, that upgrade could be anything. You've seen the CVS in hand, and you haven't seen it been discarded. There's only one face down thing.
There's only one void in the deck.
Yeah. So is there only one void? So it's quite likely that is the CVS you saw. But like you said, if you guess wrong and pay 8 credits to see a void get rezzed, you've lost your APOC window as well.
Yeah.
But you also have to respect that could be the food, and they could have a seamless in hand.
Yeah, I mean the odds are that Pacomis does have a seamless, even though we can see.
Okay,
so
it's not
exposing,
there.
Exposing the border on archives.
Yeah. Probably not wild about seeing that.
No. Because I'm guessing with all that thinking and doing this, they'd convince themselves to go for the APOC line, and now that's like, you can't do that.
Yeah. There's still time to, I guess, go for a remote check line. By playing the deuces, you kind of leave both open, I suppose.
Yeah,
but he's going to go for he's going to go for this. Just forcing the border to be popped immediately, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I find hard about playing PD against these APOC lists, is that border doesn't necessarily do that much, because they just run it, pay 2 to get through, and then you have to pop it immediately, and then they still they can still APOC you next turn. Gain 1 fires. Okay, that's fair
also
enough.
Like if Pacomis doesn't pop the border control, the APOC still happens.
It does, yeah. So it has to be popped.
Yeah.
It's cool, yeah. So does Big Unit want to try this remote now, sort of fearing a potential win?
It depends if you respect that that's a food or not, because you can just let them have it, and then
you can
next turn.
Yeah, you either do that or you just set up, like you draw and take liberated and prepare for next turn.
Yeah, I mean that if that gets scored, it's probably grabbing the border control back.
Yeah, that's true.
If it doesn't win the game.
Yeah, Pacomis could really do with a seamless top deck, just to be able to score and install the border. I would say.
Chat said outside of this APOC matchups, but there's a lot of those right now. So
I was going to say, what do you think about stargating here, just to see if the next 3 cards are anything you could just potentially take out, even though you probably know that Pacomis is going to be scoring if you don't push for that remote, so then he will be able to recover the card, but maybe you would be able to hit some agendas. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Okay, we're going in, so that's going to be probably.
Yeah, we're going for the steal. Yeah. So this is going to work with a click.
Yeah.
So
well, you know it
does steal the agenda.
Because the window where they can res void has passed. It does mean that that Pacomis does get a nice 4 credits.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Still has good board, but just has to hold off this APOC, which is looking a bit hard.
Yeah. So what do you do as Pacomis here? Do you jam a
You try and draw an ice. I think you maybe play Jackson and just try and draw a good ice.
Yeah, getting more draw is a good idea here.
Well, I don't think they can APOC next turn because they're a bit too poor to get through.
Oh yeah, they can't because they can run through Gatekeeper and be on 2.
Yeah.
And then they can Omar and so they can't
This is
quite do it.
Yeah, the drafter going on Archives would be quite cool because you would be actually able to, pop it
double
maybe
drafter.
potentially. Oh
yeah. So look at this. Percomis has gone for the ice draw plan, and it's worked.
Found 3 pieces of ice and Skunkworks.
Yeah, drafter's an interesting one because the runner's always going to be afraid to let that fire on an APOC turn.
Are they?
Yeah, well, if you can put Void or Skunkworks, you can make the APOC hard or impossible.
Yeah, knowing there's a Skunkworks in the bin.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
It does nothing defensive. You just let the drafter fire because you're gonna blow it up.
Well, you don't know whether they have Skunkworks in hand or Void in hand, so you might feel you have to break the drafter. So it looks like Percomis is going to jam the off-world, having popped the Jackson. Or it might just jam Rashida.
Would you be dropping that magnet there, or rather the drafter? I don't know why, but I think like with those 2 breakers on the table right now, I would have actually gone for the drafter in case big unit wants to run Archives, and then it's a tax because you still have to install and break. So that would be more money intensive on the runner side, and this is a bit of an empty.
I think so.
Yeah, there's no.
I think so.
There's no bot
could install both
in the deck.
Oh yeah.
So
you could install drafter on Archives as well. This is what Peter's thinking about, I guess.
Yeah.
Or thinking about what to get back with Jackson first, but then I'm interested in what the last click is.
I mean, what would you? I guess you get back the. I got hedge and hedge.
There's a Rashida. Yeah, so Rashida goes in the remote, so big unit can't APOC this turn, so this is fine. Just digging for that food, I guess, and seamlesses.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we haven't seen a seamless all game.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely to not see one by now. Percomis wants to win with 1 more score. Doesn't really want to have to score 2 more agendas, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been rougher than I thought on big unit, but just it's so hard to threaten much when you don't have a lot of money.
I mean, they lost a lot of tempo at the start from not finding that orchestra and those 2 gatekeepers just closing the board down.
Yeah, it's although I'm a bit skeptical of MCA in this kind of deck, it was actually really effective here because
if you can't get to it, it's just so draining.
Yeah, it forced a very expensive run. So there's a seamless and just loads of money.
Oh yeah, there is a seamless.
Yeah, would have wanted the Void as well. I guess that would have made a good draw, but not found. So yeah, now just loads of ice goes on. Well, I don't know about. I think I might have double iced Archives there instead.
Yeah, because you're just inviting them to go in through Archives.
Yeah, I think you want to make Archives more expensive.
Also, the runner knows that they can check server 1 for exactly 8 credits.
Yeah. Do they want to, though? It's such a... I mean, it's a mind game. It's just Netrunner, I guess. So what do you think this is? All the way back to food coats type ETF stuff, just jam stuff in the remote.
Yeah, well,
it's so unappealing, isn't it, to check this?
Yeah, to all the people in the chat who joined, this is the game. This is the first game of tonight's Fight Night. So hopefully there's going to be more, of course.
This is round 1 of Snarebears versus NWE.
Changing an install, so maybe not jamming, or maybe putting ice somewhere different. That's it. Yeah.
You've only missed the first part of this game. We literally started 20 minutes ago.
So yeah, this is a better install for Peter, I think.
What did he swap out? So he's jamming the
Drafter on
off-world.
archive.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Oh, instead of
Drafter
HQ.
on archive. Yeah. And having a skunk works in hand is kind of helpful to install off the drafter.
There's one in the archives anyway. That's face down.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, you've got 2 skunk works available for if you fire 2 drafters. Never mind that it's unique. We won't worry about that.
Double skunk works. But it's all about the mind games, right?
Yeah, it's all about what you can make the runner like think that you have. I mean, at this point, there's even a good chance you have the void available, even though we see it's not. So yeah, I don't know what you do as big unit here. This is kind of rough.
Thomas's deck list quickly.
You
We can see
sell-
that there is only one void in the deck.
Yeah. Do you sell the Stargate? Yeah, it does sell the Stargate.
It seems
Just
kind
needs
of
the money.
weak when you can't, when there's 2 ice on R&D now, and you're so poor.
Drafter and Bran, yeah, really big. There's 3 Bran in this deck. That's amazing.
Percomus is also running a copy of Your Ice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good job, Percomus. I like that.
Approved.
Yeah.
Approved. But Bran is doing some real work in this game.
I'm actually surprised to see Bran appearing in Standard, though.
Yeah, as a 3-off especially.
Yeah. I just thought it was too too easy for Paperclip to get through. It's still 5, but
Yeah, I found it variable. Sometimes it's really disappointing and it's just a 6-cost ETR. But then other times, like this, it just sort of is so annoying for the runner to deal with. I guess Jonas again is thinking about whether to run this remote.
I guess a part of Bran being in the deck is just maybe you recycling, recurring those border controls with the first subroutine. But of course, the runner, like you said, the runner is going to go all in because 5 credits is not a fortune.
The runner also has to hit it without a way of breaking it and no clicks for that to go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually won't. It's just the threat of it.
Yeah.
So big unit's gone for a late 0 and did not hit either of the APOCs with it.
No, hit Labour Rights, drawing another 0 on Black Orchestra.
Yeah, there's a sure gamble. So I guess you the
off-world's free, right? You just take it.
Yeah, they still can't APOC, I don't think. I'd have to do the maths. 5,
there's 2.
8,
yeah.
11. They'd have to let both drafters fire in order to do it.
But you can't do it if you let both drafters fire because you can't pay the Skunkworks tax.
Yeah, and you could get border back as well, potentially. Or border from hand, rather. So yeah, I think you just score this.
Yeah, I mean, Percomus, I guess, is also doing the math on if an APOC is going to happen.
Yeah. At this point, it's not even the end of the world, to be honest. When
you've got an APOC.
you got three good ice in hand, and you've got enough money, and you've even got an upgrade. So it's not like it would end the game. Oh yeah, this is brutal.
Oh yeah, that's
it's brutal. Yeah, this is wow.
So I guess Percomus's next turn is you jam the you install the austerity, click it, and then put border on there. Maybe another brand?
You might as well. You might as well put something. You're completely safe from APOC while you've got the MCA. I'm impressed by this. I'm going to have to test this now.
I've been playing MCA in PD. I took the AALs out of the standard list for them, and they've been pretty good. Like if they're uncontested, they're absolutely brutal. But if a runner manages to get into the server and just trash the upgrades, they feel kind of meh. But I guess that's just MCA. Like it's something that everyone's going to try and trash. It also makes political operative just a better card. I mean, the gateway upgrades did that for itself, but yeah.
So the same sort of thinking here about whether to go for.
It's
an
interesting
APOC.
that they sold the 0.
Yeah, so that indicates an APOC attempt,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, the 0 was a one-shot 0. It was a one-turn type of deal.
Yeah, knowing that an MCA is coming down, I guess this is like the last chance you have to APOC, or just go and clear that server out now.
Again, though, if you spend all of that, you're just never gonna get the chance to APOC before the game ends. You're just gonna be too poor.
Or you could, I guess the other line is, knowing that it's only Gatekeeper on HQ, is to fish for the austerity.
Run HQ and try and trash it. Yeah, you can. I think if Percomis draws an agenda, he can just jam it and put border, and I don't think you can get in twice after that. But yeah, maybe it's the best. Gonna go for the APOC drafter. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a lot depends what Jonas is going to see here going into archives, whether Omar is going to be used or whether we're actually going to try and force a few more reses from Percomis to bring the corp down the money as well. And going straight for
Yeah, I don't think you can afford to APOC if you go for Omar after this, can you? Because you break both ice again, you go to 4, and then you break Gatekeeper, you go to 1. So you can't land it that way. Oh, yep. That can fire. Okay, the drafter can fire. Is that?
No, I think it's the
magnet?
The magnet can fire.
Okay. Yeah, so big unit's done realizes the APOC can't happen, so there's no point going past this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think now it's just look for that MCA in hand.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really see a way back unless I'm missing something. There's the 0. One of the APOCs is gone.
I'm not liking these single use 0s. They seem a bit
I guess when you sell it to pawn shop, it's just kind of a value thing. You spend what a click or
credit and 2 clicks
to gain 4 credits and 2 cards or something.
Yeah, I mean you discard a card at random as well. But...
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much.
It is the Anarg way after all, yeah. So now Percomis in a good spot here, but...
Yeah, just jam the MCA and put border on there, I think. I don't see how big unit gets back into this. Drawing?
Yeah, because I think...
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I think if you found an agenda, you could possibly jam it, but...
Yeah, I guess that's the hope, yeah. So I think what do you do is just take singles on R&D. I mean, it seems so bad, doesn't it?
I mean, you could try and R&D lock them. I mean, but
you can use Omar and get in there for 6. Like maybe if you literally access 3 cards for the rest of the game and steal 3 agendas, you somehow win. I doubt it. Just trying to run the hand, yeah, but the hand is not likely to contain.
No, I guess you're running the hand because the fast advance condition is austerity, so you're seeing if there's anything there already.
Yeah, I think if there was, it would have just gone direct into the remote.
Yeah, but, especially with what covered it, another brown, or well, another.
I think this is just the lack of good options.
I mean, there is only 12 cards left in R&D, so maybe going in through archives and checking the top of R&D was...
Yeah, that was my sort of original suggestion, but I don't know if you even get 3 R&D accesses before the game ends.
Yeah, so that Spin Doctor can go in another remote and hopefully help draw into an agenda anyway.
Yeah. You got a click left, so you could just maybe ice somewhere, ice archives or whatever you think's weakest.
No, I'd probably just install the Spin Doctor here.
Oh right, yeah. And then big unit runs it, you pop it, and then sort of inviting them to run HQ, I guess. I think pretty much everything wins.
That, and it's just more, if it's already down, it helps you to find the agenda when you click austerity next turn.
Oh right, yeah, you might just pop it and just draw into the win straight away. Not sure what Peter is mathing.
Apocalypse maybe is thinking...
Way too poor for that.
I don't know.
It doesn't play overclock or anything, I think.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Also, it doesn't play amped up, so it can't apocalypse anyway. Because you need 4 clicks to do it.
Yeah. That's what makes this MCA so reassuring, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
you can never be APOC'd.
The other option is he might be just mathing something on the side, I don't know, as homework or something. I'm just solving
just
the
like
equation here, sorry.
Sorry, just need to do my accounts a minute.
It is tax season, so yeah.
An ice on HQ, okay. Drafter. Yeah, that's fair enough. Like I say, I think anything works.
Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why the ice was needed. Like, what are you afraid of as Procomus?
No, it wasn't really needed. I guess if you draw like a food that you can't score straight away, it would have to sit in hand for a turn, but it really doesn't matter.
Like, I see. Also, like this ice on HQ doesn't do anything because you can still Omar into HQ for 6.
Yeah, I think he's just enjoying himself.
Okay. I think the Spin Doctor install was better to try and end the game quickly because
I think you're right. Yeah,
because this big unit, knowing that APOC's not on the table, just moneyed up and then went in and trashed the MCA. It takes his ability to score out of hand.
Yeah, it doesn't have the. What's the other ice on the remote? Oh, it's another brand.
It's another brand.
I would have put the border there, but it's all.
Yeah. So it is what 13 and 3 clicks. 3 clicks to get in.
It's 13 and 2 clicks to the.
The click to run as well. I meant like.
Okay, yeah.
So you couldn't
do your whole turn.
Anything on your turn, yeah.
And then 3 to trash the MCA.
Oh yeah, so 16. Is MCA 3
yeah,
to
pretty
trash?
pretty cheap. I know, yeah. If only you had Miss Bones in faction.
Yeah, who plays?
Or if only you were
3 of that.
Yeah. If only you were playing an ID that lets you trash stuff for cheaper.
Oh,
of course,
right.
Big Unit was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm wishing that the rebirth actually lets you rebirth into IDs that are no longer legal. So like it's just bringing things.
Of course.
Just
Yeah,
bringing
pretty
Wizard.
good.
Yeah.
Bringing Wizard, pretty good ID.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So we've got a Juices for money and for something else.
Wizard was a
Which we
pretty
don't
good
know
ID. Patrick Gower.
You can quote me. You can put that anywhere you like.
Patrick Gower, European champion.
I wasn't a big wizard. Player.
You don't like playing Anarch, that's why.
Well, I played a lot of Val. Val was like I did play a lot of Val for.
I've only ever known you play like Cater Criminals.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this was well before like we met at all. But like my first runner was Noise, and then it was Val. And I played Anarch for a long time. But this was when Anarch had Parasites and Davids and all that fun stuff.
Also, Noise wasn't really Anarch, was he? He was like a Geist criminal. He was doing
Noise
his
is
own
just
thing. Yeah.
not a real runner at all. Yeah.
Well, because you don't run.
Yeah, it taught me very bad fundamentals as a new player. It just taught me to be lazy and not calculate anything because you can just install a load of viruses.
You run one sole game, which is StimHack Archives, and just vomit things off Personal Workshop.
Yeah, it was Val taught me much better, like actual Netrunner.
I played a lot of Val, but never played when Rebirth and Wizard were still legal, so that must have been fun.
That was fun. Got a HQ run here, and I don't know what Peter is thinking about.
Maybe it's just bluff, because I guess that install has made big units smell blood in the water, but it's not there.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't rezzed. I mean, there isn't even an MK Ultra on the board, so you could force big units.
5.
5, yeah. Like anything that gets the credit total down.
Would be a good tax here, yeah. Here we go. Getting in.
I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know what it was. Nothing very interesting in here. Spindo. I guess you trash it.
Yeah. Spindo.
Now that you've seen it. Spindo. Has lots of names. The card goes under a lot of different names.
Yeah. Spin dots to Spinny D, which
Spindo, Jacko.
Jackson, that would be a good one. Yeah. I heard Jackson Jr.
Jackson Jr.
Yeah. J How. It stays in hand.
Malcolm Jackson, that's a good one as well. For all the people watching and wondering what kind of an ID wizard was, because maybe you're new to the game and you have no idea what the game was like before because you haven't had the chance to play those cards. Wizard was published as an ID for Anarchs back in the day where all cards for Netrunner were in black and white because it was so long ago that there were no color pixels or no, we couldn't do print and color. So
it's only 2012. It wasn't that long ago.
Good old days.
Yeah.
Oh.
An archives check. But there is nothing in archives. But okay.
That money.
That purge just seemed a bit petty.
Just for fun. just for fun, really.
Also, he could have done that before the act.
Here we go.
There we have it. That's enough, isn't it? One you get. Oh
no, you're one short.
No, you're a click short. Oh dear.
But that's not enough points for big unit to win.
No, I mean, nor can big unit get into HQ really.
Not more than one. You can sell the Ultra, and then sell
drafted.
I guess sell the paperclip and Omar through. That's still 6. Okay.
You can do it like once, can't you?
No, you can do
steal
it once.
One of these.
Because you can sell the clip, go to 4 and credit, but the austerity tax. Oh no, yeah, you can get in once.
Took a credit last click, and yeah. Now you do anything you like. Sadly, can't sell the pawn shop.
Yeah, I really don't see a way out of this.
No, it's been kind of gone for a few turns.
I mean, pretty much the moment precision design goes below 10 cards in R&D and there's an MCA on the table with all the tokens on it, yeah, you can just might as well start backing up.
Interesting that they're running HQ, which isn't guaranteed to get in, where Omar is.
There we go. Big unit knew it was a drafter, so it's the same cost.
Are you going all in?
Magnet. Nope.
Doesn't he? Oh, jeez. doesn't even get like a concessionary.
No, scoring the sandbox.
For the money.
For the money, yeah.
Yeah.
For the money. So that was well played by Peter. I thought there were perhaps a couple of points where slightly odd decisions, but in the main made that look very smooth in what is, I think, a difficult matchup.
I still don't like the leaving the skunkworks there when you did get into the server early on.
Yeah, that decision. Obviously, some thought went into that. So
yeah, I know it's because they were expecting
obvious.
to APOC, but if you don't land the APOC, then you just that server's stupidly expensive again.
It is very annoying. Yeah. So So what happens now? Peter switches sides, and the Snarebears put something in against his runner.
Is that how it works?
Indeed. Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless the rules have changed from the last time, but I don't think they have because there was a bit of
I
discussion
don't
in the
know
background.
because
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
you should
really
have.
sure how it works. I mean,
No. So the way it works right now, yeah, generally we will have Peter staying at the table. So Percumus is going to be right now playing his runner Indeed. So there's going to be, well, guess what? Max. Woohoo.
Max, yeah, Virus Max.
yeah, I'm gonna grab the lists.
And then the Snarebears will have the choice between the outfit, sports metal, and CTM.
Ooh, so what do we think they want to... Does this Max play Clot?
So the list is on the stream now.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. It
doesn't
does
have a
not
clock.
have...
Oh, it's sort of
It does not have clock.
the snooze button Max list.
The what? Snooze button?
Yeah, well, because it recurs tranquilizer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. It's got 1 imp. So I was going to say maybe the sports would be bad, but if there's no clot and only 1 imp, maybe you can...
Is the sports like the Blame Changer build?
Let's have a look. I think so. Yeah, this is 5 ice, and it's just all out on just scoring as fast as it can.
The interesting bit here now, and kind of the strategic way in the way Fight Night works, is like if you put the best matchup against the deck you see, you will have to, of course, remember that that player, if they win, they will have to play with the other one, and that kind of seeing what's left on the other team. Like for example, we know for a fact that you will not be playing as Percumus if you beat him, so that kind of takes out a certain idea already, right?
So does this go on until one team's completely eliminated?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it could take ages, or it could go quickly. Yeah.
So is Big Unit completely out, or?
Yeah,
Big
Unit
Unit's out.
Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So yeah, so now they have to, and if Peter wins, there's 2 Snarebears knocked out, but it can literally end up being that one of each team is left. So.
Oh yeah, we had that last time.
Potentially 8 rounds, if I've done the math.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Or as little as 4.
So they put. It looks like they've put Chris in. So Chris is playing the outfit, the sort of fast advanced style outfit deck. Or I assume it's Chris because there's a game.
Yeah.
With Chris in it.
We're getting in, I guess. The password is still the same, so I assume it's the Fight Night password.
Nearly joined as a player once again, but
you're really itching to play, huh?
I'll just come in and just play just anything. Yeah.
Okay,
like
so
we know the deck.
We currently have the list on stream. So yeah, so Chris's thing is called Fake Titan, and it's just quite an aggressively scoring. Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea behind this is that it's supposed to, a bit like the sports, I guess. They're trying to get round APOC by just saying we don't care about APOC. We're just going to score from hand, and you can't interact with it. And same with 419. It's kind of saying to 419, you can't stop me fast advancing.
So
it's.
So I noticed there's 3 HHNs but only 1 HPT. Is the idea that you use Atlas to find it?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know if I agree with just 1 HPT, but it's kind of bringing the usual supermodernism kill threat.
I just don't see how it
just
gets counters on Atlas reliably.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe you rush it out sometimes, but I agree. It's not going to have it that much.
It seems like the good old Rikoko dedication, and that's it. You just want to win on being fast.
But even Rikoko dedication only puts 3 on the Atlas. You're not Titan, so you don't get the 3 counter.
Yeah, you're not really getting any value there. Yeah.
Yeah, unless the Rikoko is already installed behind an early ice, perhaps.
But then it's still only 3 because you can't advance.
Well, you need 2.
You can advance the Atlas.
You need 2 dedication, I guess, or you can advance the Atlas. Yeah. It's a bit like old Titan that had the HHN threat. It's not as fast or as consistent. You have a bit more money with outfit. I think mostly they feel Wayland is not a real faction and just trying to find something that can win out of Wayland. And this is a reasonable shout. Like this can definitely win some games.
Oh, we're going to have to investigate the coin. NWE won both flips. Apparently, there's a wonky coin somewhere in there.
I just would have, I guess, expected either a second high profile or some way of searching it out, like convers.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think maybe you could just play 2 hard-hitting news and have a conviz instead, and then use the influence on something else. I don't know. They will obviously have tested it much more than me. I've only played about 3 games with the deck.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say 3 games in like recently.
No, I've played a fair bit recently, but I've played very little with this deck.
I know. I've played you on JNet quite well, not quite a bit, but
Yeah, I guess we have played a bit. Yeah,
with that that sports deck.
It's all about the sports at the moment.
I know.
Okay,
I played against the sports in Eternal and you know, Aaron Maron and Account Siphon shut it down quite nicely. But
lovely.
yeah.
What a lovely format.
Mm-hmm.
Peter asks, "Do we have a timer?" We do.
Yeah,
We do.
45
minutes. Yeah. More than enough for a single-sided thing.
For one game, yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly for this deck. Does the game lock at timer 0?
I think it auto-plays APOC, right? Repeatedly.
No, the timers on JNet are just cosmetic at the moment.
Okay, so it doesn't force any.
No, it's just so you don't have to, I guess, have a stopwatch in the other window.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And I guess if you run out of time on JNet, then you will have to do the dishes next time it's somebody's turn. So that's it. You don't want to do that. Trust me.
Aki, can we start? Chris is asking. Is that up to you?
Yeah, flag waving thing going on. Like you have to wave.
I mean, I'm not the TO. That's the other.
That's
Chris.
what I was thinking. You're just a streamer here.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's you, Aki. Everything is your decision.
Well, like, it must be nice. We'll take the deck lists off so we're not obscuring the game. Cool. So,
wow, a lot of dynamism in this opening hand.
No.
If Chris chooses to keep it.
I mean,
no ice, though.
There's no ice, and you are against the max, which I think has Conduit in. It must have Conduit in. Yeah, I agree with that mulligan. Hey, look, there's the one.
I don't know, I might have
profile.
kept it. The thing is, like, Max is not going to run click 1 against a hard-hitting news deck.
True.
I just don't think that. I think you could go like too big to fail, Rashida, hedge fund, and your Rashida would probably fire. You could just score the Atlas here.
I've done similar things in the sports metal deck, like.
Yeah, it's better out of sports though.
You score you can't score the hostile because
you can't. Oh, this is.
Aggressive.
I think I've just iced HQ and scored the hostile next turn.
Icing the Atlas.
This is very aggressive. Yeah. I mean, Percomis could steal it with Botulus.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. But again, I guess it's the supermodernism threat of you can get my early agendas, but I'm gonna hard hitting you.
He's played it very differently to what I'd have. I think I'd have still scored the hostile. I hate having no money. Because now Percomis may feel that he can run.
But too big to fail is still a card.
It is. It is still a card, you're right. There's a lot of kill threat in hand already, isn't there? Like, winning an Audacity. Oh,
audacious.
To say there's only one actual kill card in the deck.
Yeah, it's already in hand, and there's economic warfare and hard-hitting news.
Yeah, like, it's how you win games, right? Oh,
and the hostile.
There's another hostile.
Oh, we've got the Rococo and the Dedication together for future. That's quite nice.
This game's gonna be fast for sure, huh?
Yeah,
I don't see this going into like a glacier stage.
No.
No, this is what the deck's trying to do. Just super fast.
I think Peter's rich enough to start putting well, as much pressure as you can put on someone.
Yeah, you want imp. You could install turtle and just start like building it up so that you don't get gear checked on anything.
Well, other than this Rotom.
Well, I mean, with enough tokens,
Yeah.
you can get past. Unless they're going to triple advance the Rotom, not likely. There's the Knobkiri. Discards the Blork. Yeah. Border Control's a useful card. Do you jam the Rococo just to sort of be ready for an agenda draw? Yeah.
Oh, so if you draw an Atlas, you can at least get a counter on it.
Yeah.
Which
would be very important.
So we just bring the list back up quickly. So yeah, it's all 3/2s and 5/3. Well, 8/5/3.
2 1s.
Food. Yeah.
Yeah. So Peter, I guess, has to think about whether to run this with the Botulus, as we see. Okay. Yep. So gonna use the Knobkiri to get an extra token on this fermenter. Builds up quite quickly.
Yeah, it's a card that we all slept on when it first got spoiled. Like,
yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh, it's kind of meh," but it's actually kind of good. Well,
yeah, it's a bit specific, but
good.
It is
I was
good.
Gonna say good might be pushing it, but it's more playable than I thought it was.
Yeah, for sure. So that's a Rococo gone, and uses the fermenter straight away. Oh, right. There's an Atlas. So you could just score this Atlas as a 3/2, right?
Yeah, and then it's I guess...
you really wish you hadn't been the Audacity for later. Yeah, just gonna score.
It's definitely gonna be safer in the score area.
Yeah. I was gonna say what's the alternative is to try and paint them with tags.
Yeah, you're a bit too poor, really.
Yeah, so for Commerce is looking sort of very back against the wall now.
Yeah, I still think maybe you just go turtle and start just running everywhere. What's the R&D ice? Border. So you can charge up turtle very quickly with Knobkiri and just like run HQ, run R&D.
Yeah.
There's the turtle. And it starts off with 1 as well, just for even more lulls.
Getting back the fermenter. Oh no! Oh, you're moving the imp.
Oh, an imp! Oh, I missed that. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, that's big. Absolutely.
Oh, there's the high profile.
See ya.
I don't know if you do trash it because they are only on 4 credits.
Yeah, you could go again and fish around for an Audacity or something. Yeah. Oh, now.
Oh.
Wow. This is. Yeah. Now what do you do?
I think you install the maybe the Rashida. I would probably install the above the law.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's very easily got into, isn't it? Of course, it's probably going to get taken from hand anyway. So probably Peter's going to run the remote and just spam at least 2 HQ runs. And then you want to obviously kill this Rashida to prevent like a snap win happening.
This is not getting any better for the Corp, but there's hope.
No.
Oh,
so there's the hostile. Yeah, so now hard hitting.
I mean, I don't think you imp that. Oh, you might imp it to take.
You might imp it just for like
to take Audacity off. Yeah.
Oh, that was the play here. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you want to check this. You could lose to a Biotic or an Audacity drawn off Rashida. I think the deck has 1 Biotic.
It does have 1 Biotic, yeah.
Yeah, too big to fail. That's a good draw.
I mean, yeah.
Presumably it should be played to turn Biotic on as a top deck, maybe.
Or do you just put the Mausolus on HQ?
I mean, with
it's an option.
With infinite imps going on, I feel like like Chris felt so far ahead, but now he. I mean,
Now
he's
needs to get lucky. I
obviously
think.
is still quite ahead, but also feels like he's.
On the back foot, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he is ahead anymore.
I mean, top decking an Audacity
Biotic
will
or
run it.
Audacity.
Oh, Biotic
Yeah.
won't because you're not on 7 credits, but.
Yeah, that's why I'd advise playing the Too Big to Fail to turn that on.
Oh yeah. But then Peter's just gonna go into HQ for free, so yeah, I think
I
the
guess.
muzzle's
I feel like he does it so easily anyway that
yeah.
just gonna check archives first and then run HQ and probably run R&D, I guess.
I think he'd probably run our mid. Yeah.
Both.
I think he's scared of hitting Trebuchet.
Trebuchet can't be res,
Trebuchet
so
costs a
even
bunch
before
to res,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like 7, isn't it?
Mhm.
So high profile, not really what you wanted to see. So he might go again. We're going to go R&D first. So this lets you trash a Biotic or an Audacity.
Or a Rococo.
Or a Rococo, yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, you used the imp to trash Rococo. That's interesting. I would probably use the,
it was a bit strange.
I'd probably
Yeah,
just
I
use
agree.
credits.
Yeah, I think so.
There's
the Too Big to
Too
Fail.
big.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
food. Not what you want to see. Not even slightly. So he's going for this plan of locking up and sort of purging, I guess.
Yeah. But does that even work with things like Botulus in the deck and Chisels?
Not for long, no. Just trying to buy like a turn of R&D not being seen, maybe.
I guess you could purge and like jam behind the. In fact, I'm surprised that he hasn't just triple advanced the Rotom and tried to score behind it.
It's all just to do with speed, isn't it? Like it just feels too slow, especially when Botulus still beats it.
Is Botulus not an AI? It's not even an
no,
icebreaker. Okay.
No, it's just a virus. Yeah, it's a too much expense, I think, and too likely to be broken.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was an AI because it feels like an AI.
So Peter, I guess, going to run HQ and then R&D. Last click. He's got some more econ back online.
Again, there's 2 bot pups still fueling whatever you're going to be running here. Oh, that's not nice.
There's the food. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been even worse for Chris if he'd taken the above the law.
Patrick, can you just move your mic slightly away? Because I think.
Is that any better? I've moved it away.
No. Yeah, we can.
What's it doing?
Basically, every time you talk, there's like a staticky thing, like something's hitting the mic.
Oh, I can just turn it down a bit.
Yeah, that might be it.
It's the non-garbage mic. I used to have a garbage one for ages. This was the one that was better before.
Okay. It's not massively loud. It's just something that chat have noticed.
Ooh. Here we go.
Oh, did he top deck the?
Yeah.
Oh
that's
wow.
skills.
Just top decked it. That's skills. There you go. Did he not run R&D last click? I guess not. No. No, I guess not.
He played the fermenter.
Yeah.
Oh no, he trashed the
There it
fermenter
is.
for 6.
You
Yeah.
blink and you miss it.
Well, that was I mean, no, you were hitting the agendas.
Sort of, yeah. Missed the important one, but yeah. I think you just run R&D last click and just to ensure they're not drawing a fast advance piece.
Yeah, I think Peter finding an agenda in hand and not being scored just assumed there was nothing. But yeah, cracking the fermenter seemed a bit greedy when you should have checked the top of R&D to make sure it wasn't an anything like that. And yes, it is Snarebears 1, NWE 1, which we can get on the screen.
So now Chris is going to be running.
Yep, we're gonna have Chris as a runner, which means, well, he's going
It's
to
Max
be...
again.
Indeed. We can't all be Pinsel, that's the name of the deck. And then with Percomus out, we will have one of the 3 possible contenders. Sports Metal, Built to Last, or Controlling the Message. And that Max is, well, kind of very similar. Yeah, it's is it the identical build to the one we've just seen?
So you got
it has
Chris,
clot in it.
There you go, Chris's
Clot.
list up now. Yeah, it has it's very similar. It's the old like Sleepy Max, Snoozy Max, whatever. But yeah, he has clot in, which I think is the only difference.
Yeah. So does that mean you don't bring in the sports metal?
Because if we can have them both side by side, so yeah. Oh no, Peter was running slightly different econ packages with Dirty Laundry, whereas Chris has Retrieval Run.
Yeah, I guess we have...
Chris has Gashapon as well.
Yeah.
But only 1 Liberated.
I mean, seeing that we have Jackmate on the CTM with Cyberdeck Sandboxes and a Cyberdeck Virus Suite, maybe that's a good choice. I mean, Max...
Could be.
Yeah, Max will have some money to run on, but there will be a lot of potential stuff to trash, and that might slow the deck down.
Yeah. I think sports metal you probably don't bring into the clot. So it's either CTM or it's this sort of weird BTL list, which I haven't seen in action yet.
Who's deck's the BTL one?
It's Lost Geek.
Yeah. Oh, we have Jack.
I'm interested to see it.
Oh, we have Jack.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it at some point to see sort of what it does. But yeah, Jackmade's the obvious choice.
We got Jackmade's up now. He's on CTM. Purple CTM.
Yep.
Jeeves, Marilyn, and everyone's favourite MCA.
3 MCA. Really don't want to get APOC'd.
It's running White Space, which is a surprising card to see in Standard. But
yeah, I've seen this a bit in CTM, and I think Jonas's Acer deck has it as well.
What's Jackmade's deck name mean, Vesper?
Und Nutzen Full Throttle. Basically, und Nutzen. I guess it's some sort of a German slang phrase, but I mean, what it means it is basically and useful throttle. So yeah, you just pedal through the metal and you go, right?
Oh, like just floor it.
Yeah, just floor it. Basically, that's it. I don't know if the Full Throttle is a reference to the old video game from LucasArts Video Gaming. Well, I don't know. Like, well.
Nutzen means useful in German, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of Nutzen is basically use, and then it could be. Geez, I wish my German was up to scratch. But yeah, basically it's about using full throttle. That's it. I don't know
the word Nutzlich means useless. That's the word I know. So I just assume Nutzlen means useful.
Very close, yeah. Same word. Yeah. Has nothing to do with Nutella, which is this kind of very useful chocolatey spread.
Oh, Nutella?
Very useful.
No, Nutella. It's the German version.
Okay.
You never
it's got
heard
nuts in.
Exactly. This is the one that famous pop singer was singing about. You can go under my Nutella, Ella. Wow. Anyway, bad lame jokes aside.
We have some hands. Neither of them look that good, but I don't play either of these decks.
I've played a CTM a bit, and yeah, I agree this hand isn't the best. This CTM is different to the one that Chris Dyer was on.
Kept the hand. Yeah, kept the hand, and Chris mulled, and still kind of has a garbage hand, I think.
Brutality. Oh yeah.
Do you just start spamming? Oh no, I was gonna say like you put the MCA straight away, but instead just gonna play
Jeeves,
out cards.
Marilyn, and a sandbox.
Sandbox, yeah, just gonna try and well, actually can't afford to score, right?
No, you need
6 credits.
6 with the Jeeves.
Yeah, so that kind of ruins that a bit. But maybe later.
Yeah.
If he just leaves it, he's unlikely to run it later.
I mean, I guess what you do is you res the Marilyn and just
play out
install.
MCA
Yeah.
Yeah.
MCA,
try and keep busy.
grab a
I
credit.
guess. Yeah.
Now we have to pretend that the remotes are basically cards that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Max kind of struggles to run very early, I think, especially against like hard-hitting news corps.
Ooh, this is good.
Rashida. Oh. All right, we're just full on just spam. Play the other sandbox out as well.
Yeah.
That would be
Why not?
amazing.
Oh, they
just
did.
belch the whole hand. Yeah, the whole hand. Oh, okay.
This is the full throttle in effect. Like, basically you just
And
go for it.
unfortunately, the thing with horizontal decks is I have to zoom out quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly challenges Max to sort of start dealing with a lot of things quickly.
He can score out the sandbox. Oh, I mean, there's Rashida there. He definitely can score out the sandboxes.
Yeah, there's Rashida, there's Marilyn, and like on only 3 clicks, it's really hard to deal with all this stuff as the runner. I mean, you could just run and steal both sandboxes. That would be perfect.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, I guess this is the kind of analysis paralysis overwhelm that CTM is good for. Just drop a lot of stuff, and the runner will have to calculate. Like, okay, do I want to get that tag? Do I even have the money to contest? Like, what's going on here? Should I just go for R&D and all that stuff? And who knows?
Who knows? Do you play Imp first? Who knows? Thinking. Yep, I would be thinking.
I guess. I mean, getting Imp on here and just getting a cheap trash. I don't know. What would you trash for the Imp counter if you went for it? The Jeeves or the MCA?
Oh,
probably
yeah.
MCA.
Probably MCA, just because it just makes me so miserable whenever it's there.
Yeah, like Jeeves giving conditional clicks is also annoying, but MCA is just like you lose a quarter of your turn.
Oh, here we go.
Going for the Jeeves. I mean, even the face downs are threatening because obviously, as we see, like one of them's a Rashida.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's so many priorities, so little time. Do you clear this tag? Forgotten what the tag punishment is in this deck.
Have a look.
Psycho. It's 1 Psycho and 1 Exchange, so nothing too scary yet.
Yeah.
So you can actually float a tag if you wish. Yeah, and it is going to float a tag, and steal a sandbox.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
I was going to say,
the other
like,
one.
you take the Jeeves out if you expect there to be agendas already on the table. 2 of
so now
mana
you can't
Samai.
score the other. Yeah, you can't score the other because you don't have Jeeves, so that's kind of annoying.
I think here you click the austerity and play both Amanis, possible?
You play 1 Armani perhaps and something else. But
I
he's
would drop a
done something
DPS
different.
maybe.
I mean, they've drawn a card. I still think you click the
yeah, you must click it. It's the only way you score this sandbox.
The deck is running Santan City Grid.
Okay,
I feel like clicking it is the obvious last click, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would do anything else.
So what got installed? That said, like, if they do take the sandbox, what do you take? What do you bounce with Armani?
Just the Imp, I suppose.
It just kind of feels like you're resetting it.
Yeah. So, okay, so the Armani is going to get trashed. Is Chris tempted to check the other face down? The suspicious looking face down card.
The one that's been there for 3 turns and not been raised.
Something like that, yeah. I mean, it could be a Sansan.
Oh, here we go. Trashing time left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, the tag punishment sort of means you don't have to be afraid of floating tags just now.
Nope.
Do you play the other MCA and click it?
Why not? I mean, yeah, that's probably a good idea here. You're not getting any other useful cards right now. Maybe the DBS would help you out a bit more.
The
You
conduit in
played
hand is
two, yeah,
slightly threatening as well.
yeah. Yeah, you kind of want ice as well, really. I mean, you have 10 ice in the deck. It would be nice to find 1 or 2.
Although, as chat said, do you just trash the cookbook here?
Oh, that's a resource, yeah. So this IP block's pretty good.
Oh, that's another tag punishment, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah. So you could advance this sandbox and try and score it, but Botulus is pretty scary.
Yeah.
And in fact, there is a Botulus available.
Is there? What is it in archives?
In the bin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the bin, and there's a simul chip.
There's a ret run in hand as well, which obviously they won't know about, but
Sure. Yeah. So trash to DBS from hand. It's not too bad for the corp.
this is fine.
this
GIF. Using the simul chip to refresh the imp seems fine as well.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Although that is a lot of tags.
Yeah, they're piling up a bit. I mean, this remote has to be like either an agenda or the Sansan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what else he would play this way.
Especially as it's been something that's been on the table since turn 1 that hasn't had anything done to it.
Yeah, you can eliminate a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay, going for the retrieval run, which is a good move here, of course.
Yes. Oh, ret running.
Get some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely broke, so it's fair enough. 15 minutes. You could turn on exchange by scoring this, I guess.
I mean, exchanging 15 minutes for sandbox isn't terrible against viruses.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then you can reshuffle the 15 minutes. Still quite like a bit more ice.
How much ice does the deck actually run? It's only like 6.
It runs 10. No, it runs 10 ice.
Oh yeah, 1 endless, 3 FTP, 3 IP, 1 macrophage, 1 toll, 1 white space.
Yeah, a macrophage, pretty nice.
Yeah. Is it the one that runs no. It's not the CTM that also runs Arabara tech.
No, that's the Snarebear CTM.
Which we might see later tonight.
Yeah, we might.
Maybe, yeah. Chris totally broke here and struggling really to get some money into the game.
Oh, there was a purge. Okay, Jackmate just purged.
The purge was probably to take the 6 credit gain off Fermenter when Chris was broke.
And the imp, was there anything on the imp?
2
Maybe.
counters.
Yeah, so that's not a bad purge. It's a shame you don't have Jeeves out when you do it, but
yeah, seeing the second
have
cookbook being discarded, as Jack made, I would be very tempted to trash that cookbook.
Yeah. Alternatively, you can just spam loads of stuff, or you can install the MCA and click it. There's a lot of things you can do.
It's just, I think, getting rid of the cookbook removes a lot of value from the installs, especially like the fermenter installs if Chris is so broke.
Yeah, you could trash the cookbook, install 2 cards, like install DBS and Marilyn or something.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done that, but then advancing the
trash the cookbook, advance.
Yeah. So gonna try and score this. Yeah.
There's an IP block on it.
So there's 1 Botulus in the bin, 2 simul chips in the bin. I mean, Botulus is basically the only way you're getting in here.
Yeah. And 1 ret run's gone as well. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's a reasonable.
I mean, I guess it's not getting any safer being on the board unadvanced. So.
No. It could also be repping like a Bellona here and saying the other card is a Jeeves.
Yeah, that is
Just
that
to
is
try and
true.
confuse Chris a bit. Because you're so sad if you play Botulus and run it, and then it's a Bellona. You just so sad. Labor rights, not a bad idea.
Yeah, they shuffled Liberite
Oh,
Simulchip,
got a Simulchip. Ah, now
drew a
you can
Simulchip.
get in. Yeah, so you install it, you pop the fermenter, and now you can get in. And you even have enough money
Yeah, I mean
to
that
steal.
that was
That's
a
not what's happened.
good
but,
draw. Oh, they can still do it.
They can still.
They can't now. They could
They
have
can't now,
installed the Simulchip and trashed the imp to bring out the Botulus and run.
Yeah, I think my preferred line was just use the fermenter straight away and then get in, because then you could steal a rogue Bellona if that's what it was. But anyway, DBS, pretty sad to see that.
Yeah, now the imp being gone, it's gonna make it much harder to trash anything on CTM's side. So that's a bit rough on the runner here. Here
Ooh,
we
chose to keep the third sandbox over the
Bellona.
Bellona. Yeah, I don't know. Difficult choice.
Yeah, you could be setting up a conduit
Bellona's
dig,
a lot easier to score. Yeah,
but
and trashing.
I don't know, installing Hive Mind into a sandbox that's about to get scored feels rough.
Yeah, discarded the hard hitting. I guess assuming that Chris is
Here we
just
go.
floating tags.
Yeah, I was
which is
about
a
to
pretty
ask
fair
as
assumption.
Chris here, do you just go conduit and
Just
run
go
3 times?
crazy. There are 3 Bellonas in the deck though. One of which is at the bottom of the deck.
Yep.
So now you're just looking for ice.
Oh,
There's a Bellona.
Oh, they would have seen that because they saw
but
the
no
top
money.
2 cards. I know.
No money, yeah.
There was no money.
So
It
now
bombed it instantly, but that could have been kept maybe, and try to jam it. That was a possibility. Okay, I'm gonna try and jam this instead.
Yep.
I mean, this should not get through though.
It's white space something. Oh no, because you got the Botulus. Although, if you're saying this is the, I mean, it's not even advanced, but if you're telegraphing that as Bellona.
Yeah, it could be sort of saying I kept the Bellona and.
Oh no, but they would have known because you know what gets bottom with DPS.
This is gonna be.
Yeah.
I didn't think you had to show anymore.
No, you don't show, but you know what position it's in when it goes. Jackmaid uses Daily Business Show to add the second card drawn to the bottom of R&D.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know that. Wow, that's a whole, it's a whole new dimension to my game now.
Okay, we're going for a Simulchip install here with the white space on the table and
Botulus, I'm guessing, to get through the white space.
To get in.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting game. Like lots of different decisions, different ways it could have gone.
Does mean white space eats Chris's credits, but
yeah, probably worth it, or we'll see. I mean, if there's another Bellona, probably not worth it.
I mean, if there's
The third Bellona. Oh, brutal. Oh, that is. You hate to see it. Jackman doesn't hate to see
it. Seems good, yeah.
Seems good. Yeah.
Well, that's the second card in, and that is rough.
Yeah.
Couldn't even trash.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah.
I think maybe next turn for Jackmaid you double advance this server 3. Just make it look like you're scoring Bellona.
Yep.
And then install the CVS somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, there's just a lot of options on the corp side, and the runner being very poor, as in 0 credits.
Zero credit. Chris can't even find the Oh wow, the first one the access was spin as well.
Okay.
There's no money to trash anything. I think you
Assume
keep the CVS
CVS.
here, and like you said, double advance, presenting it as a Bellona and put the CVS
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, he probably can't even get in, even if it's not a Bellona, but I think you might as well say that it is.
I mean, there is still a Simul chip. There's still 2 Simul chips in the deck. So max draw and Simul
One single chip in the deck. Yeah.
Oh, does the deck only run 2? Oh no, there's 2 in
There's
the
2 in the bin, right?
bin. Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
There's also no Botulus in the bin yet.
Oh no, but you can.
Oh, you can trash it, can't you?
Yeah, you can trash the one.
Yeah. Yeah. So this appears to be the.
Well, it looks like they're just gonna single advance and maybe install the Marilyn. No, double advance.
Possibly. Double advance, yeah, I like this. In any case, Chris didn't draw anything.
That is another thing. The pause between the advances sort of give away that it's not Bellona, though, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit...
it's a bit of a tell, isn't it?
I think you just need to really confidently double advance it and then install.
So Labour Rights trashing pretty much junk, but getting back Labour Rights and 2 Simul chips.
So he might actually get in here. Oh no, didn't draw a Simul chip. That's unfortunate.
There's another Labour Rights.
Yeah, you don't have time to Labour Rights and play the Simul chip though, do you? Because it costs a credit.
The clip in the bin, but you don't have enough money to do it. You know...
Oh, just doing this.
I mean, you're walking straight into a CVS, but I guess you get to see 2 cards. One of the ones...
Could actually pop the CVS now, even to stop...
to
stop Chris getting in.
But I don't think... Because Chris can't trash the thing, so you just let them see. And the first card they've already seen.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Can't trash the CVS. Yeah. Wow.
It just seems desperate to do that.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.